Hello, everyone. How are you? How is everyone today? Welcome to Positively Spiritual. This is your place to be where you want to find hope, help, and healing. My name is Shannon Gilmore, and it is nice to see you. Welcome. Come on in. Come on in. Welcome, everyone. It is so nice to see you. Okay, got some little doers. I'm just waiting for everybody to come in, so I'm just going to play with my hair until everybody comes in. I'm just going to settle down. I saw this cute little hat in the store today. It was a bunny hat, and it was like a little cap with ears and a little scarf that hung down, and at the end of the scarf was like you squeeze the ends of the scarf and they were attached and the bunny ears would pop up. So the bunny ears would flop down, and as soon as you squeeze the little scarf, they'd pop up. And it was so cute. I just about bought it for myself for this live, but I didn't, obviously. But I thought it was so cute. It was adorable. All right, so let's get into it before we get any lag or I don't know. This live has been for the last couple of days has been, I don't know, just glitching. So, all right. So we're just going to get into it then. Waiting for everybody. Hi. How you doing? It's nice to see you. Welcome. Understanding the narcissist, their immovable stance and reluctance to change. So, understanding that the narcissist, there's a reason why they don't change. Okay? There is a reason why, and we've discussed this in the last couple of videos. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Today we're going to have a deep, honest conversation about something that keeps so many people trapped in confusion. We're trapped in heartache and self-doubt. And the pain, there's painful shifts that happen when we get entangled and enmeshed with a narcissist. I'm sorry, I want to read from my script, but I want to deviate because I got a lot to say. Okay, calm down. Calm down. All right. So I'm so excited because God has been sharing with us deep insight on these lives, and I'm becoming really encouraged. So if you ever found yourself wondering, how can someone who once adored me now treat me like I don't even matter? Well, then this discussion is for you. Welcome to Positively Spiritual, where we dig out the hurt from trauma by looking at the not so obvious nuances of human behaviors, human nature, and self-development. On this channel, we do take a holistic approach, and we look at the common sense. We use the Word of God, we use psychology, and we back this all up with quantum science, new science. Hi, Ted, how you doing? I'm going to get my clothes out of the dryer. Be right back. I have ideas I want to share. Please do. Welcome. Hi, Cynthia. How you doing? Nice to see you. Nice to see everyone. So, if you guys like what you hear on this channel, just please give it a thumbs up. This helps to show the YouTube algorithms that this video channel matters, because it does. You matter. We all matter. And you know, when it comes to our healing, you have every right to heal your way. You have every right to decide what information is best for you, but you also have the right to seek out all information. Okay, so let this video channel be helpful to you. You are here for a reason, obviously. You might be saying to yourself, obviously, Shannon, I'm here, aren't I? I'm here for a reason. Well, yes, but sometimes the reason isn't always known to us. And on this channel, God shares with us some deep, insightful spiritual messages that may not always resonate with the psychological communities. So just keep that in mind. We are sons and daughters of God Almighty, and this channel exists here because you need deep spiritual insight to help you heal and shift. You need to shift from the pain, the hurt, and the confusion. Well, God helps us. So enjoy your stay. Take a look around this channel, and help yourself to the chat. Introduce yourself. Just please mind your audience. We are all coming from different walks of life, so just be respectful. If you want to talk, my email is in the description of this video down below, and also in the description of this video channel. All my links are in the description of this video channel. If you want to go to my website, download some books, because I'm a writer. If you want to donate to this channel through PayPal, there's a link for that too, as we are here twice a day. Once in the afternoon, 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time and 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. These videos are new, like they're not repetitive. We talk about different things twice a day. And we're here live because then you guys have the ability to share your stories, share your comments, your questions and suggestions, and just introduce yourself and get familiar with this channel. So enjoy your stay. I hope to see you again, and it's nice to see you again. Welcome. So now if you're ready, as maybe you're done your laundry, Ted, maybe you go grab a drink. I've got some nice oat milk here with my lipstick on my cup. Okay. Yeah, just find a comfy chair, find somewhere to sit where you won't be disturbed for about an hour or so, and let's get into it. Understanding the narcissist, their immovable stance and reluctance to change. There's a reason behind that. I have lemon ginger tea. Awesome. That's great. I ran out of tea. That's good. Enjoy your tea. That sounds delicious. So there is a reason why we get trapped, and it has nothing to do with you. It has nothing to do with you being unworthy or doing something wrong. It has nothing to do with lack of boundaries or unhealthy boundaries. It has everything to do with how the narcissist perceives reality, because their brain, their development, and their very perception of self and how they perceive us and the environment around them is totally different, fundamentally different than our perception of our lives and our environment around us. So once we accept this truth, once we accept this, we can then detach ourselves emotionally. We then can break free from self-blame and reclaim our peace. So let's dive in. The root of confusion, why love turns into cruelty. Well, the biggest reason people struggle after a narcissistic relationship is cognitive dissonance, that mental and emotional tug of war where two opposing truths cannot exist in harmony. You experience their love through love bombing, the charm, the affection. Then, kind of without warning, they pull the rug out from underneath you, and you're experiencing their coldness, their aloofness, their manipulation, their cruelty. Your brain struggles to reconcile these two versions of the same person. Which one is real? Did I do something to cause this switch up? Is there any way to get the good version of them back? No. But this confusion is what keeps us stuck. We push and pull. We're trauma bonded to the narcissist, but then we're trauma bonded to the logic and the illogical side of things. And we push and pull ourselves. We take a step towards the narcissist. Oh, they loved me. And then it's like, no, they didn't. Yes, they did. No, they didn't. And there's this spiritual tug of war that we have. And all we need to do is just let go. And that's it. But we don't realize. See, the confusion is what keeps us stuck. But the answer Both versions of the narcissist exist, but one is real and one is not. You know, it's like Sesame Street. What is that song? One of these things is not like the other. You know that song? Can you tell which one? I forget the tune. Never mind. Oh, I should just quit while I am ahead, seriously. Okay, so we think we are dealing with a human being, someone who loves just like us, someone who is empathetic and sympathetic to people in life in general. However, the narcissist cannot think like you or I can, and I'm going to beat this like, you know, beating a dead horse, and no harm to horses. I love horses. But the thing is, once we figure this out and we understand this fact, everything else just falls into place. And it's going to take a while for you guys, for all of us, to understand this, that the narcissist does not think like you or I do. They literally cannot. Okay, the narcissist cannot think like you or I. It is literally impossible for them to do so. While they can appear to be human, they can appear to be kind, they can appear to be well-mannered. I've said this many times in my videos. Appearances can be deceiving because they're meant to be deceiving. Appearances are used as a tool for manipulation. And what we think they are emanating love, what we think is love coming from them, it's not. It's not love at all. It's manipulation. It's fakery. It's fraudulent. It's a con. Hi, Maria. Nice to see you. Welcome. Come on in. So think of it this way, okay? The brain houses neuronal pathways that allow safe passage for a specific feelings such as empathy, compassion, love, and patience. Just think of, you know, there's 5 different brain waves in your brain. Well, just think of your nervous system as being an informational highway. You know, the highway that you drive with your car? There's kind of that going on in our heads. And the neurons, these little specialized cells, are the vehicles. Vroom, vroom. You know, they're the specialized vehicles that travel along the super highway of our minds, known as the nervous system. Well, it turns out that that highway, those forks in the road, those turnoffs, those 5 different highways, they don't look the same for me and for you as they do for the narcissist. Like, the alpha brain wave in the narcissist is like barely there. And it's non-existent in psychopaths. Just look up what the alpha wave does. The alpha wave, all the brain waves are important. And science shows that the narcissist's brains are literally different than ours. They're smaller. And some of the gray matter, the frontal lobe matter, is actually missing. So what happens when you have brain matter missing? What would that be called? Brain damage? Your brain doesn't stop developing until you're in your 20s. So the narcissist is dealing with an underdeveloped brain that cannot, you know, neuroscientists say that the brain is there's neuroplasticity, meaning that it can regrow brain cells and this and that. Yes, that's true. But when it comes to a narcissist, no, that's not true. We did a video here a couple of weeks ago on a neuroscientist. His last name is Huberman. And he found out that there's an area in the back of your brain that if you do not do things that make you uncomfortable, like say you want to get out of bed, but you don't. If you don't push yourself to get out of bed, but instead just stay in bed, stay depressed, you don't push yourself through uncomfortable things, then this area in the brain shrinks. And it becomes hard for you to become tenacious and to persevere. This is where you give up. It's too hard, I'm going to give up. Yeah, it's too much work. That's the narcissist. It's because the brain helps us function, and we totally think different. Whereas we can say, I think I can, I think I can, I know I can do this, I know I can. The narcissist is, you can't do that. You can't do that. No, I don't believe it. I don't believe you can ever do that. No, and the narcissist, they're like, I won't do that. And it's because they won't do it, they believe you can't either or won't. And that's because they objectify you. They assume because you're talking to them and giving them attention that they own you, that they are the reason, like they control that. Like in their minds, you do not have any independent thought. And if you do, there's hell to pay for that. So science does show that the narcissist brains are different than ours. You can go do this, your own research. And because their brains are different, it means that the narcissist does not think the same thoughts or feel the same feelings in the same way that you or I do. They process information differently. And the reason why we're talking about this is to understand the narcissist, their immovable stance and the reluctance to change. And when you understand this, then you won't wrestle with this cognitive dissonance or this trauma bond. The easier it is to get yourself out of the symptomatic behaviors that you express because of being in a narcissistic relationship. Hi, resistor. How you doing? Their brain is different because there are things missing up there. Absolutely. Absolutely. And, excuse me, I think, for me, had I known this earlier on, like, we don't know what we don't know. So the information, maybe it wasn't available to us back then, but there's new information out about narcissism now. And this is huge because it can save, like, I know it took me years to deal with this cognitive dissonance. Excuse me. It took me years to deal with this heartache. And now with this new science, we can help people understand this easier and quicker so that they don't have to live with this years and years and years later. Even yourself, if you're still wrestling with it, understand this stuff is fact. It's available for you to research yourself, and once you see it, you can't unsee it. So I knew something wasn't right. Schizophrenia runs in his family. I thought it might be that, shaking my head. Yeah, it could very well be. Absolutely. Yeah. Like, there's so much going on with the narcissist that we're not just dealing with the narcissistic personality disorder. It's the comorbidity, the underlying behavioral disorders as well. And then when the demons get in there, oh my freaking goodness, they just run amok. So the narcissist foundation of the way they think, the way they feel, the motive behind their feeling is what needs to be addressed, because their motive and our motive are two different things. Although the narcissist, they experience joy, it's fleeting, and it doesn't register within the brain in a meaningful way that it does with us. See, the amygdala? The amygdala is shrunk. It's shrunken with the narcissist. It's not full size, and the amygdala is the area of the brain that deals with fear, the fight and flight response, and also memories. So we can make good memories or bad memories, and the narcissist chooses to hang on to the bad memories. They hang on to the good memories until a bad memory comes along. You know, that's why they have you on this pedestal, and once you do something bad, you're knocked off. It's not, no compromise. It's no, oh, let's get better and let's do better. Let's work through this. No, it's, you did a bad thing, therefore you're bad. You're no longer good to me. You're bad. I can't trust you. This is called splitting or spinning, and there's no room for compromise with the narcissist. It's either yes or no, black or white. There's no gray areas. Hi, Ted. How you doing? Understand that narcissists live and exist outside of the social contract. Well, yeah, it's more than just a social contract. They live outside of the moral code. They live outside the spiritual code of God. See, we are to call down heaven, or excuse me, there's must be weather coming. We're supposed to get some snow and my ears are starting to pop. Oh, I'm in a basement suite and my ears are starting to pop. Oh, I don't like that feeling. So I'm trying to yawn to, anyways. So here's the thing, okay? Our hearts are supposed to emanate heaven. This is what Jesus tells us. The kingdom of God is in our hearts, you know, and we bring heaven down on earth. This is the Lord's Prayer. As it is on earth, as it is in heaven, right? We bring through us. The kingdom of heaven is shown through us, through unconditional love. And Revelation talks about there's going to be people who are gnashing their teeth outside the gates of heaven. Our gates of heaven, our eyes, our ears, our mouth, our nose. Yeah, this is our ears. Our eyes, our ears, right? And that's what I said, sorry. Our eyes, our ears, our mouth, and nose. You know, that song. I can't remember. Eyes and ears and mouth and nose. Do, 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 do. Head and shoulders, knees and toes. Head and shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Head and shoulders, knees and toes, and eyes and ears and mouth and nose. Head and shoulders, knees and toes, da da da. All right, sorry. So the narcissist is the one that God says, these people honor me with their lips. They jibber jabber. They can talk a good game, but they can't live it. And Jesus says they honor me with their lips, but their hearts are far from me. They don't shine the kingdom of God. What do they shine? The kingdom of the enemy. And what does Jesus say? Go away from me, or depart from me. I never knew you. And so these people are going to be the ones gnashing their teeth at the gates of heaven. And our gates, we're the temple of God. So they are lashing out at us. Ah! So, hi Maria. Ted, deceptive, demanding, antisocial. Absolutely. Also, these people are very often unethical and morally corrupt and bankrupt. Well, of course they are, because we're teaching that they are of the enemy. If you can understand that. Okay, so here we are trying to develop our spirituality. Okay, we're Christians, we love God, we're trying to get back towards God. So it's important for us to understand, if you can understand this, that the narcissist is a child of, not of God, but of the enemy. And this is why Jesus says, go away from me, I never knew you, because we know we've witnessed this. They honor us with their lips, but their hearts are far from us. And Jesus says they will hate you because of me. So of course the narcissist is morally corrupt. And the reason why is because their brains are literally different. It's not just a different way of thinking. It's their brains are, if you have their two brains, like our brain and their brain sitting side by side, they would look the same, except for their brains are smaller. And you dissect that, you'll see that their amygdala is smaller. And you put electrodes to that brain, if we were able to look at the brain scans of the narcissist and hook up electrodes to our brains and the narcissist's brain, well, the firing systems in the narcissist's brain would be totally different. It would be like they're short circuiting. And where the energy fires off in our brains, it's dead and non-existent in the narcissist's brain. So that tells you something, that energy is not flowing through the brain like it's supposed to in the narcissist, that there's no energy flow in certain areas. And when there's no energy flow, it's dead, done, dead. So the narcissist's reality, why they can't love us like we love them, is simply because they were created differently. This is where radical acceptance comes in. The narcissist does not live in the same reality as you and I. I mean, the reality of the outside world, yes, okay. So we all have jobs, we all drive cars, we take the bus, we take an Uber, we go to restaurants, We do the same thing narcissists do outside of us. But on the inside, totally different landscape. The narcissist thinks on things just like you and I do in certain things. However, we may think in two types of thought. We thinking good thoughts and bad thoughts, okay? We flip-flop, okay? Based on our intention. The narcissist thinks on bad thoughts and uses those bad thoughts and thinks of them as good, as God says. In the end days, people will think of good as bad and bad as being good. That's the narcissist. They flip the script. That's how they live. They can't live any other way. It doesn't work for them. That's why they have to manipulate us, because they're in this life for self-survival, self-preservation. That's all they can think about. They're in a zone where it's danger, 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 danger all the time. They're the snake. If you ever look at a snake is always sticking out its tongue. It's always on the prowl. If it's not basking in the sun and getting warm, it's searching for food. And a snake, that's why people wore cowboy boots. That's why cowboys wear cowboy boots. It's not just to ride horses. It's for safety. Those cowboy boots come up the calf to protect the rattlesnakes, to protect the cowboy from rattlesnake bites, because those fangs can go through jeans, and that's why these are leather cowboy boots, and they're thick, and those fangs can't penetrate that. So a snake doesn't, say to anybody, or any, like a rabbit or any animal that comes walking by, oh, can you just stay still for a minute? Because I think I'm not hungry yet, but I might want to eat you later. No. The snake, if it's threatened, it will strike. If it feels threatened. And it automatically feels threatened because it's low to the ground. Get your belly down on the ground and do an experiment and see how intimidating the life would be. Do you remember looking up at your mommy and daddy when you were like 2 feet tall? The only reason why your mommy and dad weren't intimidating to you is because you trusted them and they took care of you. But I guarantee you crawl around your house on your belly for a little while. Try it even for 20 minutes. It's going to be a pain in your side. You're going to hate it. You're going to resent it. But you're going to get a perspective of how the enemy operates from this perspective. In their mind, they're lesser. A snake has no legs. They have to climb trees. They have to climb to get to tall heights in order to have a bird's eye view. And with the narcissist, how they gain their bird's eye view over us? By controlling us, by leading us to believe that we are the ones to crawl on our bellies and they're the ones higher than us. So Joe, hi, how you doing? Yeah, they live in their reality. That's exactly it. Their reality is not ours. It can't be. It literally cannot be, because of the brain scans. This science is showing us that the narcissist is not like us. And this is why I'm emphasizing this in this video, because when we can understand that they literally cannot think like us, the motive of the narcissist is totally different. They operate in self-preservation, and they will always be this way. And when we understand this, not to help them, this understanding is to help us let go of this cognitive dissonance. I have to prepare brace myself for the fact that maybe I do not heal. I have vengeance and resentment in my heart. You can heal if you want to. That's the thing. You have to see, okay, you want to heal? You have to see the value of healing. You have to see that hanging on to vengeance and anger and resentment, it doesn't serve you. You have to see the value of what it means to let go. No, I don't think this has ruined you. You know, I can understand how you think so. And the reason why I say this, you know, like, this is your belief right now, but you may still be in the beginning stages of healing, and healing takes time. It takes years, especially if you're co-parenting with a spouse. It takes a long time to frickin' heal. And you have to do it one day at a time, putting one foot in front of the other. So, oh. Hi, Humble Eyes. How you doing? I'm grateful for meeting the ex-narc. Yeah, exactly. And that's well said. Yes, I am too. I was actually thanking God today, you know, for everything, the good and the bad in my life. Thank you for it all. And you know, I even had a bad I had a moment. I went for my walk today, and where my car is parked in the driveway, but it's not fully in the driveway. There's a driveway that, you know, attaches to the road, right? There's a bit of driveway that attaches to the road, then there's a sidewalk, and then there's the main driveway that's right beside the house. Well, this is like you know, the driveway is used for the kids upstairs, because the boy upstairs likes to play his basketball. So me and the other adult in this house, we park our vehicles in a way where he can play his basketball, you know, through his hoop, you know. And so his mom parks in a certain spot, and I park in a certain spot. Well, I park behind the sidewalk, because I don't like people parking behind me, because I need to go somewhere and I can't get out because someone's parked behind me. And if they're not home, then I'm really hooped. So I like to just have the freedom of just being free to leave the house when I want with my own vehicle, right? So I park behind the sidewalk. And I've been doing that for over a year now. I go for my walk this morning, see a ticket on my car, on my windshield, a $40 ticket. Why? And it says that I'm blocking the site and I'm on the boulevard, and it's like, wow, other people park like this. I've been parking here for a year like this and nothing. So I had a little bit of but then I calmed down and I just, thank you, God. Thank you, God, because this puts the fire under me to realize and recognize the where I'm living. I'm living in the enemy's territory, and the closer you get to God, the enemy is going to try to knock you down and cause you to trigger. And I'm just like, I'm not going to trigger. I'm good. I got the money. I can pay this ticket. It's fine. It's fine. It's a little bit of a setback, you know, but it's fine. It's okay. It's fine. I don't like people messing with my car, because my car is the only thing in this world that I own, and it's a gift from God, and I love it. You know, I'm so appreciative of my car, so I'm kind of protective of it, like, ugh. But yeah, so that was a little hiccup today after our videos that we've been discussing about the narcissist. Yeah, you're going to get practical application. The enemy's going to come in and test you to see how well do you stand on the truth of God? How well are you going to stand on what you're learning? Yeah, I bet you're going to go back and you're going to be like, why God? Nah. No, I just like, fuck. Who has it out for me? The enemy? Just leave me alone. You know, and then it's like, I went for my walk and God's like, Shannon, just calm down. Just calm down. This is, and I'm like, yeah, this is your will. I've obviously have to get rid of some things in my, you know, I'm too controlling. I have to just let it be. Just let it go. Just let it go. It doesn't need to ruin my day. It doesn't need to ruin my life. I'm safe. I'm fine. I'm good. And now I'm good. Like, this is the thing. But when things like that happen with the narcissist, oh my goodness, watch them come unglued, watch them just call everybody and complain and call up the, you know, the number on the ticket and just bitch and complain and yell and hop up and down. I'm not paying this. I'm not paying it. You're just trying to cheat me. No, that's not the way to go. And that's how we act when we're hurt by the narcissist, when they, you know, and it's rightfully so. Like, of course we're going to act this way when the narcissist discards us, or I'm going to say breaks up with us. You know, we use the term discard, but really it's a breakup, but it's not a normal breakup. And for us, it's a breakup, a type of breakup, but for the narcissist, it's like having a break, because the narcissist believes that they control us and that they own us. So that's why they come back into our lives, because it's like, time has gone by now. They've forgotten a lot of the things, and maybe they realize that they need, you know, whatever it is that they need in their lives, they need to get it from us, so they come back. But you know what? Every time we take a narcissist back, they disrespect us that much more. You think they disrespected you the first time, they will disrespect you more the second and the third and the fourth. Every time you take a narcissist back, it gets worse. It gets worse. I'm telling you this from experience. From my experience and from other people's experiences. It gets worse. And if you have not healed and you go out there into this dating scene or try to make new friends, you're vulnerable, and you potentially could meet up with the worst narcissist, one that you haven't known yet, and it's bad. Like, let me tell you, it's bad, like diabolically bad. Violently bad, emotionally, physically, violently bad, bad all around. So understand that, you know, you're going to come out of this and you're going to be hurt and you're not going to understand. And that's why we're doing this video. And that's why we've kind of on a repeat for a little bit, because it's this repetitive talk, you know, talking about the same thing basically in different ways, is to help you understand. Because when you can finally understand and see that the narcissist's brain is not like yours. It's not a human brain. It's underdeveloped. It's animalistic. And that will help you to let go. Because can you get mad? Have you guys ever been dive bombed by a bird, a blackbird? It's freaking scary. I remember walking to the bus stop as a teen, and I'd have to go by this house, and this house had a nest, a blackbird nest, and the mother would always dive bomb everybody who walked by this house. And you had to, like, you know, that beak is like, ow, you know. Sometimes she would get you. Other times she wouldn't. She'd just fake you out. But it's like you're running, mommy, like you're running home or running to the bus stop. It's funny now, but it was freaking scary. It was traumatizing. A little bird, traumatizing. But this little bird was defending her family, her little chicks, her little babes, her little eggs. Well, this is what the narcissist does. The narcissist is defending themselves from us. And they're defending themselves from the outside world. Just as we see that the narcissist is a predator, what do they think about us? They think of us as weak and possibly a predator. They think of us, they don't trust us. Not on your life. They do not trust us. Don't ever for 1 minute think that the narcissist trusts you. And when they say, it's okay, I trust you, don't believe that. Just believe that you're the only option, and if it fails, now they have somebody to blame. So that's why they say that. But you're going to be upset. You're going to feel hurt. You're going to feel like you don't matter. You're going to walk around life with this heavy load on yourself. And these videos, this video channel is here to help you understand that that's not the burden that you're supposed to own. Don't own that burden. And you can choose. It's just a matter of, you know, you seeing the value. When you see that these negative feelings are not serving you, like, what are they doing? What are they doing? They are preventing you from living. They're preventing you from being happy. They're preventing you from being joyful and enjoying your family, your life, and your things that you want to do. Excuse me. These negative feelings put up walls. I watched a partially watched a video from Jordan Peterson today. It's on YouTube, and he was talking about women who have been alone for too long. And he said, you know, women who have been alone, they've learned to do things on their own. So what do they need a man for? They're extremely independent, and that's a good thing. But the thing of it is, as many of you guys know, both men and women, we know that being alone is addicting. And so meeting new people, kind of, we put up a wall because we don't want to ever put ourselves in that vulnerable space again where we need somebody and they let us down. And that's where the anger comes from. But if you invest in yourself, invest in your worth, start seeing your worth. You don't need to look to other people to validate you. If it's God's will that we should meet somebody new, we're isolating ourselves to ready ourselves so that we can give people our undivided attention in unconditional love, and we can receive unconditional love. And I'm convinced that the whole thing of this is to teach us what it's like to be conditionally loved, so that when unconditional comes, God's unconditional love comes through his spirit and through the spirit of other people and friends and and maybe significant others. But we can then recognize what unconditional love is because we've experienced what conditional love is, and it doesn't feel good, and it makes us feel very bitter. So you will heal. You will heal. It's just going to take some time. Better to reign in hell than serve in paradise lost. Or, sorry, serve in heaven. Paradise Lost, John Milton. Well, I'm sorry, but I don't agree with that. That's not scripture. Sorry, I can't attach myself to that. It's a good sentiment for somebody who wants to live in the world, but for me, I'm tapping into my divinity, and I've witnessed miracles. I've witnessed God's love. I've felt it. I see it. I see it in you. I see it in me even now. And I'm not going to forsake that for anything. And I'd rather, you guys will see this. When you keep learning, you're going to see that there was value in the narcissist. Your perception is not in alignment with that value right now. Your perspective is still looking at, I'm hurt. I need to feel validated. Somebody validate me. Somebody hold this a-hole into an account. Somebody make this right, because I need somebody to say sorry and make changed behavior in order for me to let go of these feelings. Well, what if the lesson is you got to let go of those feelings regardless if somebody changes their behavior or not, because that is what unconditional love is. We demand God to love us. And we tell people, God loves you. God is not keeping score of what you've done. Just come to God as you are. We parrot that to people all the time. So if that is true, if we believe that, then why do we then demand for conditions to be met in order so that we can then start loving and letting go and forgive the narcissist? We can't have it both ways. So, yeah, Joe, yes, they are very insecure within themselves. We need to not take that, what they say, as being us. I believe in my Savior, and that is what is saving my sanity. Living the unrighteous life, okay, we are supposed to bring heaven on earth, okay? This world is run on opposites. I'm going to say this again. You can't sit without standing, but you can't practice sitting and standing at the same time. You can't open a door and close it at the same time. You can't sleep and be awake at the same time. It's just not possible. With opposites, you are either engaging in one and the other one is dormant, gone into the abyss somewhere, into the nether world, unknown, unseen, out of sight, out of mind. So just as we are to call heaven to earth through unconditional love, conditional love is what brings hell on earth. And we have the power. Life and death is in the power of the tongue. Death goes hand in hand with hell. There's suffering, decay, animosity in hell. There's nothing good in hell. The narcissists are the hellhounds. They're harbingers of hell. They bring hell on earth. And it's up to us to come up out of that hell by seeing how good heaven is. So, yeah, Jordan Peterson. Yeah, so, yeah, when Jordan Peterson said that, he's like, women put up walls, and it's really hard when they've been alone for a long time. Those walls and boundaries are healthy, but they're impenetrable. Like, nobody can get past them. And because nobody can get in, the woman is also susceptible for not getting out. And that's what happens to us if we don't allow ourselves to, if we just hang on to the hurt and the pain and the animosity when we've been hurt by a narcissist. we build up these walls for us that we can't get out of. It's like we barricade ourselves in and we barricade people out so nobody can get in or out. And that's a disservice, because there is still so much good in life. There's good to be found within you because you are good. You have to see that. You have to experience that. You have to know that. So practicing radical acceptance, even psychology says that this is the number one thing, or one of the one things to practice when healing from narcissistic abuse. Radical acceptance, because the narcissist does not live in the same reality as you do. Reality is first lived in the mind, and the narcissist thinks on things just like you and I do, but how they think on those things is different. Okay, there's good and bad thoughts, and the narcissist is manipulating those bad thoughts. We may think those bad, like if we could see a screen, if all the thoughts of the narcissist could be put on a TV screen and we could watch it, you'd be horrified to how they think about us. You'd be freaking absolutely horrified. They can literally think about putting a knife in your back 1 second, and the next second making love to you or having sex with you. It's that diabolical. And the narcissist is not our friend. And if you can accept that, accept it, because radical acceptance is your friend. The narcissist only sees problems. They see you as a problem to be dealt with. And instead of telling the truth that we would appreciate, they deceive us so that they can deal with us, the potential problem in their lives, and take us down so that we don't hurt them ever or ever think about hurting anybody just by being ourselves. The narcissist sees problems and tries to problem solve by projecting their problems, their behavior, their feelings onto us. In their mind, they're thinking, okay, I'm starting to feel like I'm a dirty no-gooder. I'm starting to feel like I'm just worthless, like I'm a worthless piece of garbage. Oh, there's Shannon. All right, she's making dinner. I'll go make myself feel better. Shannon, what you cooking? Oh, I'm just cooking some rice, and I think I'm just gonna make some, a nice stir fry for us to eat tonight. Well, that sounds good for you, but I sincerely wish you would understand that I keep telling you that I don't like stir fries. When did you tell me that? I keep telling you that, Shannon, over and over again. When will you ever listen? You don't listen. You're a stupid idiot. Like, are you so stupid that you can't grasp this, that I don't like rice bowls? See how easy that is for the narcissist just to project? And you don't see it coming. You don't see it coming at all. But through radical acceptance, understanding that this is what they do, so next time the narcissist comes to you and says, I don't like rice bowls, when are you ever going to grasp it? You know what? That's your reality. You don't have to eat the rice bowl. Go hungry if you want to, or find something in the fridge and make your own meal. Simple as that. I'm not going to ruin my nice dinner because you're not satisfied and you're trying to freaking manipulate me. Of course, you're not going to say that to them, but that's what you're thinking. Like, once you hear that manipulation, your mind kicks in and goes, yeah, they're trying to manipulate me. So how do I deal with this? All right, I'll get ahead of it. You know what? There's lots of food in the fridge. You can just find something and make yourself something to eat. The microwave's right there if you use a microwave for it. You know what? There's a clean pot in the cupboard. You know what? There's an extra burner here. If you want to cook something else, you're power to it. Go for it. Have fun. Not going to hurt my feelings any. That stops the narcissist right there in their tracks. But you have to practice radical acceptance that, okay, I'm dealing with somebody who doesn't think like me. And this is it. When you're a parent, this is how you think. It becomes just, you radically accept that your kids do not think like you. Your toddler doesn't know the ways of an adult, so you don't treat them like an adult. At least I hope you don't. You know, but sometimes we do. When we, you know, our kid wants to jump in the puddle and we say, no, don't jump in the puddle. You'll ruin your new clothes. The child's not thinking, oh, daddy spent, you know, worked overtime to get me this new outfit for church. And here I want to go through a puddle. Maybe I should listen to mommy. Kids don't think like that. They don't analyze. They can't analyze. Their brain is underdeveloped. And we understand that. We, through radical acceptance, accept that our kids do not understand the ways of an adult. And we don't hope for them to understand the ways of an adult when they're a toddler. This expectation for them to know and understand adulthood is when they're nearing adulthood. It's like, you know what, you're an adult now, you make your own rules, and you know what, you want to go party hardy, that's fine. But, you know, you get yourself into trouble, you're going to have to, you know, you're certainly welcome to call your mom and me and your dad, and, you know, we're not going to judge you. But, you know, if you drink and drive and hurt somebody, you're going to have to deal with that consequence. That's the adults. You're going to have to deal with that. You're in the adult world now. You want to make adult choices. You have to deal with adult consequences. So, but the narcissist, we don't treat them like that. We don't radically accept, why don't they love me? They said they would. Stop taking what they said as truth. They lied. We don't want to admit that we've been lied to. That's probably the biggest problem right there that we have. We don't want to admit that we've been lied to. So that's something that we have to radically accept as well. Yeah, we've been lied to. It doesn't make us bad. It doesn't make us naive. How do you know you've been lied to if you've never been lied to? How do you know a lie if you've never been lied to? How do you know you've been deceived? How do you know you've been betrayed if you never felt that? Now we feel it. Now we know what it feels like. Now we can stay the frick away from it. That's what God did. Discipline. Stay away from it. Have you ever tapped your kids on their hands? My son wanted to pull my daughter's hair. He's reaching for her hair, and no. Don't pull her hair. And reaching for the cat's whiskers. No, don't pull the cat's whiskers. You know, like, this is what has happened with us. And we're thinking that they're all bad. The narcissist is bad. They've done a bad thing. They've done us wrong, and we're innocent. Yes, we are. But there is always a reason why we're hurt. Why? Reframe it. Reframe it. Don't live in the consequences and punish yourself with the bitterness and the anger and the hatred. That's what the narcissist wants. The narcissist is still controlling you if you are still bitter and angry and rageful at the narcissist and you hate them. They still have control over you. And this is what they want. They want spiritual jurisdiction over you, because when you hate them, when you think of them as a son of a bee sting, when you are raging against them, when you think that they're just no good, they have no purpose, they're just a pawn scum, then guess what? You're not living in freedom in your divinity. Your freedom in divinity has you, above all that. What is that excuse me, what does that mean? Being above the narcissist, you know, God, Jesus himself says, I give you authority over, above, I give you authority over snakes and scorpions, but don't lord it over them. Just rejoice that your name is written in the Lamb's book of life. So, understand that when we are angry, and yes, it's normal, but it's not normal to stay angry. Okay, let me ask you something. Your child betrays you, okay? Your child betrays you. Maybe they, you've laid some ground rules and said, Mommy and Daddy are splitting up, we're getting a divorce, and I love you very much. But I really need to ask this of you. Please don't talk about me to Dad. Please don't. Just say, just please don't tell Daddy what I'm doing. And you're not trying to control your kids, but you're trying to, protect yourself and protect your kids, because, the narcissist does like to backtalk about you to your kids. But anyways, my point is this, that maybe your child betrayed you and started talking about you to their dad, so that their dad went to the courts to use that information that was said about you through your child's mouth, and now it's being used against you in a court of law, in family court. Your child was 7, maybe they were even 10 when they said this. Do you hold that betrayal against them? Do you? No, you don't. Why? Because you unconditionally love your child. And we are to unconditionally love everyone, including the narcissist. So we don't hold it against them because they can't take responsibility. However, just because we don't hold it against the narcissist does not mean that, oh, you get a clean slate, let's be friends again. Let's try dating again. Let's cohabitate again. Let's have a do-over. That's not what this is. Unconditional love sets you free from them. It's what puts you higher above them. Because when you unconditionally love somebody, you're not engaging in those negative emotions. Because as soon as you do, that's when somebody else controls you. Somebody else's ego controls you when you react in your ego to someone else's ego. So when you rise above by detaching and having no effect and saying, you know what, you just go be you. You just go do you. I'm fine. Have a nice life. Thanks for the memories. And then you do some self-reflection to really think about, okay, God, what were you trying to show me? What were you trying to discipline me with? Boy, am I that like a wild, am I that wild, like a wild Mustang? Like seriously, am I that wild, God, that you had to send a narcissist my way to tame me? To really discipline me? Like really? Well, God does call us rebellious. Narcs can be gremlins after 12 a.m., no joke. Yeah, they're gremlins at any time of the day. Yeah. God telling us to be wise, absolutely. Innocent like the dove and wise as serpents. So understand that the narcissist doesn't think like you do. And their parenting skills, when you're not the parent, okay? You're not the other parent. It's not co-parenting. You may call it co-parenting with the narcissist, but they're not calling it co-parenting with you. No. You're not even seen as a parent. It's them and their child. You don't exist. And that's why nothing that you want, nothing that you ask for, anything you try to instill in your child and you try to work with this narcissist, trying to work and help raise the child together, it's a no-go. You don't exist. They're the single parent because they objectify everybody. They objectify you, they objectify their kids. And it's disgusting, but we have to accept it because they can't change. If we want to see change in this world, if we are here making a difference, okay, we want to see this world get better, it's not going to be healing the narcissist. The narcissist doesn't need healing because they're staying the way that they are. They're not going to change. They can't change. Healing has to come with us because we can change. They can't. And I know this for a fact because God told me so. And so if we can radically accept that they can't change, they are who they are, that is how we make a difference in this world. It's not by healing the narcissist. No amount of therapy will ever help the narcissist. It's going to take a miracle by God to heal the narcissist. And he very well may heal the narcissist. That's between him and them. It's not my business to know what the narcissist does outside the relationship with me. It's my business to help heal others so that we can all go home. That's why we're here in this life. This life isn't to be, oh, we get a good job, we have a family. Those are gifts, yes, but that's not the ultimate reason why we're here. We're here to live an experience, to live and choose moral uprightness and live moral lives, ethical lives, clean and pure ethical lives. That's what makes us blameless. And the narcissist is far from blameless. When you go and do something and you deliberately undermine somebody and you don't take into account that, oh, this might hurt them if I decide to do this. I don't care. I just want to do this. It's fun. It makes me feel good. Sucks to be them. I don't care. That's not being blameless. That's being rebellious. That's being shameful. That's being debaucherous. Science has shown that brain chemistry of a narcissist is actually different from an empathetic person. The area of the brain responsible for emotional regulation, empathy, and self-awareness do not develop in the way of the narcissist. This means that they experience relationships different. Their experience from their perspective is totally different. We may be, for example, okay, you go out to the store with the narcissist, okay? And they're like, pick out whatever you want. I want to buy you something. And you're thinking, oh, sentimental, you're buying me a gift. Oh, how nice. Okay, I'm going to pick something so special. Oh, these flowers right here so I can just put them in a vase. And every time I look at them, I'll think of you. Oh, this is so special. This reminds me of our special day. Oh, really? The narcissist is probably thinking that, like, oh my gosh, like, calm down. It doesn't mean that much, really. It doesn't mean, like, if the narcissist were able to tell the truth, they would say, you know what, you're giving too much meaning to those flowers. Me buying you something doesn't mean what you're giving it meaning, because they think differently. What they're doing is they are setting you up to, yes, every time you look at those flowers, you're going to think of the narcissist. But when they break up with you or discard you, leave you, abandon you, now you look at those flowers, you're going to be like, oh, I remember when he bought it, we were so in love. Oh my God. Seriously, it's like that. The narcissist creates a positive memory with you to change that into a negative memory, because then you ruminate over the flowers. You're going to ruminate. Oh, if I only would have bought him flowers too. Maybe I should have bought him a gift. If I would have bought him a gift, maybe he'd be, maybe he did buy him a gift. Say he did buy him a gift. You're pining over those flowers. Then you're like, is he pining over that gift too that I bought him? No, he threw it out. He probably threw it out the minute your back was turned, while you guys were in the relationship. I've bought narcissist gifts, and I'd be like, hey, where's that vase that I bought you? What vase? Where's the plant that I bought you? What plant? Excuse me? The plant with the white flowers that smelled beautiful? I don't know what you're talking about. What the narcissist is doing is they buy you gifts to set you up so that you will hold sentimental value to them, because this is your empathy being weaponized. They set you up so that at the discard, you've got all these little knickknacks, all these little reminders around your house, clothing, pictures, picture frames. Maybe they bought you an area rug. Maybe you and the narcissist went together and they bought you a duvet set. Well, this duvet set was like $500. Are you going to throw it away? No. You're not going to throw something away that's useful and something that you like. No, they know you're going to hang on to it. Oh, I'll just put it in this drawer, or I'll just put it in this box. It doesn't matter. It's still in your house. It's still got a soul attachment to the narcissist, and that's how they're staying in your life, through these little knickknacks and trinkets, because of your sentimental value. I can't spiritually get rid of this. I can't get rid of this book. I can't. So I'm just going to put it away on my shelf, or I'm going to put it in my box in my closet as a keepsake. I can't. It's really good, and the narcissist bought it for me, and it's just such a good book. I can't part with it. But you can't look at it either, because every time you look at it, you're reminded of the narcissist. It's the sentimentality that keeps this alive through a soul attachment. This is how they think. They're not thinking, oh, I love this person. I'm going to buy them some flowers. I love them so much. I got to show them how much I appreciate them. Excuse me. No, yeah, I'm going to make myself look good. And it's manipulation, because if they buy you something, then you're going to be nice to them. And they'll buy you something either to hide something that they did, or to keep you looking in the opposite direction, and to keep your awareness away from what they really did. Maybe, for example, I hate bringing up myself now, but I'm just using myself as an example. I never got flowers, because I was the type of person, well, I used this as an excuse. This was my trauma talking. Don't buy me flowers because they die. Buy me a plant instead, because I really do like gardening. But I used that as an excuse to not buy me flowers, because I couldn't accept flowers as a gift. So I hid behind it. So my ex-husband never bought me flowers. And we never celebrated Valentine's Day because we're a Christian family. Well, the year he leaves, he comes home with the 12 dozen roses. He walks in, all gruff. Here, these are for you. I knew something was up, because I had already known he was cheating, but I'm just like, this is even out of character for him. I've never, in our 17 years of marriage, I've never gotten flowers from him. Like, what's the deal? And certainly this is Valentine's Day and beautiful roses, and he's buying flowers that we can't afford. We have a mortgage to pay, and yet he's tramping around with somebody else. Oh, yeah. 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 So gifts are not what you think they are. If I would have received these flowers like 10 years ago, I would have been like, oh, you want to try? Oh, you're trying to get close to me. Oh, thank you. Oh, let me make you a lovely meal. And I would be catering to him. Because at that time, I was still traumatized. But now it's like you see right through the gift giving. It doesn't mean what you want it to mean. And you can't make it mean what you want it to mean. Yeah, I got a cabin that the narc helped with. I have no desire to finish at the moment. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. What's that noise? Sorry, I'm living in a basement suite. And so where I am right now, there's water piping, as there's the bathroom just about 10 feet away from me. So somebody was running the bath upstairs. So yeah, so it's a lovely basement suite, but there's still, it's not soundproof. Yeah. You thought somebody was making a smoothie. No, that's water running. Sorry about that. So I'll warn you guys next time that happens. Water's running. So that's why sometimes I have to cancel, because I canceled the other night because they had friends over upstairs and they were rowdy until like 1:30 in the morning. And so it was just, there was no way that I could sit here and have, a nice chit chat, because they were like playing a game and all of a sudden they're hooting and hollering and giggling and laughing and stomping on the floor saying, no, that's not fair, you cheated, no, and they're all having fun upstairs. So I just like, you know what, let them have their fun. We'll just do our live another time. So yeah, so when the narcissist gives you gifts, they're not thinking the way that you are, okay? Their brain is just thinking differently. They are not perceiving you the way that you perceive them. Oh, they're so nice. No, the narcissist is probably thinking, and I say probably because I don't know for sure, but probably thinking, I can't wait to get home. Like, are we done this date yet? Excuse me, are we, I bought her flowers. I hope I don't have to buy her anything else. I hope she will not take me to Walmart and take me traipsing around to different various stores now. I'm ready to go home, like their mind is like squirrel. Like they do not see you as an independent person with your own thoughts and your own emotions. They see you as a reflection of what they need at the time. And so they are willing to make you happy if it gets them what they want. And if you are easy to please, so much the better by just buying you flowers. If that's what does it for you, oh, they'll gladly spend the money and buy you flowers. At least they don't have to take you on a trip to Disneyland, right? So I'm just reading your comments. So Hi, Clyde. So you're gonna use your real name? Or is that name fake too? This channel likes honesty. Anyways, so when we accept the narcissist truly, when we accept that narcissists truly live in a different reality. Somebody's trying to get my attention, Juliet. So when we accept that narcissists truly live in a different reality, we no longer feel the need to fix things. We no longer seek closure from someone who does not perceive the damage that they've done in the same way that we do. We stop trying to get them to understand to our pain because they are not wired to care. So why bother wasting our words on somebody who does not care? They cannot. Your real name is Steven. Nice to see you, Steven. But you don't have to tell me your real name. I'm talking to somebody here who says I like black beans. Did you guys know I liked black beans? Did I say that on a video, or was that in a private conversation with somebody? Who lives where? I don't like being played for a fool. Huh? Sophia, I'm losing you guys. Clyde is our resident stalker. Okay? Somebody comes in here using different aliases, and Clyde was blocked there the other day, and I unblocked them. And I want to give people the benefit of the doubt, but they haven't learned a lesson. And they're trying to intimidate or trying to play games, and that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Because you let a narcissist talk, they reveal, they tell on themselves, and I think they just did with this black bean comment. I already had a bead on them already and know who they are. But you want, I'll say this, Clyde, you want your book, your autographed book? Is the address that you gave me, is that real? I looked it up. I know who you are. Okay, so when we radically accept the narcissist for who they are, we then can start our healing journey, and our healing journey is personal. Okay? Our healing journey comes in ways that, well, it's going to reveal the pain. It's going to reveal to you things that you could not see yourself, about yourself. So, yeah. Narcs want to talk, travel around the word first week of dating. Yeah. Why is that, Humble? Hi, Humble, by the way. Exactly. I went on a date with somebody, a coffee date, and they're like telling me about how they're going to travel to Florida, and do I want to come to Florida with them? And he'd pay the airfare, and I'm like, what? Like, no. Like, why did they do that? It's like they like projecting themselves and presenting themselves as this person who has a lot of money. It's like they try to get our attention with money. Do you guys ever notice that? they try to wave money around, and they try to, you know, oh, I'm cultured, I've been around the world, and I've, you know, visited Cuba, and I visited Miami, and I went to Hawaii all in 1 year. Like, as if that's supposed to impress us. Like, it's just redundant. So, okay, so I'm going to say that it's important for us to know that the narcissist is a different kind of human. Okay? They're a different kind of human. They're not our human. They're inhumane. They're dehumanized as they dehumanize us. They may look like us, but they don't think like us. And I know I'm starting to, you know, circulate this that they don't think like us, but this cannot be stressed enough. They cannot relate to us, and we cannot relate to them, because we make the mistake, their hurtful ways, as they should know better. We wag our finger. You should know better. And if we believe that they should know better, then we can easily forgive them if they were to ever say sorry, and we could pick up the relationship and where it left off and be good, you know, ride off into the sunset and be, you know, friends again and happy-go-lucky, you know, live this Cinderella experience, whatever. But you're going to wait to the next of forever for them to change, or you're going to wait for that apology forever. And this isn't about bitterness. This is about truth. Radical acceptance means we acknowledge what is, rather than holding on what we wish it could be. We wish the narcissist could be like us. We wish they could love us. We wish they would respect us, but they don't. They don't respect themselves. They're not a respecter of persons. They don't respect God. They don't respect our autonomy. They don't respect free will, because they don't think like you or I do. It's not in their biological makeup to think, react, and see life as we see it. We have a different perspective than they do. That's the bottom line. Narcissists treat people as objects, not consciously, but this is just how their mind works. They idolize, then devalue, then discard. And this is a repeat cycle, repetitive cycle, not just with you, but with everybody that they encounter. They repeat this with people before you and people with after you. It's always the next, the next, the next. Everybody is treated the same. And I want you to know that you did not cause them to devalue you. You did not deserve their cruelty. The shift was never about you. It was about their inability to sustain the illusion they created. They can only keep up appearances for so long. Why? Because living life like us for them is extremely difficult. It's like asking yourself to try to fly when you don't have wings, and you'll never have wings. But someone is convinced that, damn it, if you just keep flapping your arms, you're gonna fly. Well, no, that's never gonna happen. That's not reality. So 1 week later, he beached, is now behind bars. Oh, wow. Wow. Sorry, I was just reading someone's comment. Wow. They're full of themselves. They breached. Okay, breached. Yeah. Did I read that wrong? No, I read it right. So they want to fly but never can. Then they get mad. That's right. Narcs tell you we are flesh to flesh, day one. Oh yeah, we're meant for each other. Oh, So you can see it. Like, now that we can see it, if you can see it, now we can understand it. And understanding is the fundamental principle to your healing. It's like, you want to know the secret to losing weight? Understand why you eat what you do. Understand what's in your food. And understand your eating habits. Understand your addiction to food. Why you have, why you prefer sugars and sweets over, why you prefer that over healthy meals. Like, there's a reason why, a spiritual reason why behind the reason why you eat. And that spiritual reason is contributing to your ill health or weight gain. Understanding is the fundamental principle into freeing yourself from addictions and freeing yourself from problems and repeated cycles. Most of us have this repeated cycle. Oh my gosh, I've got $50 to my name and I've got a $400 bill coming in next week. Oh my gosh. We run like that. And this is a repeated cycle. And why? Why are we like that? It's because of a spiritual mindset. So this is the same with the narcissist. When you can understand why they're doing what they're doing, that gives you the foundation to pivot yourself and maneuver around your healing to say, okay, I understand this. Okay, I can let this go. I can accept the narcissist for who they are. I can accept it that they're not going to change. So if they're not going to change, something needs to change in this relationship. If they can't change, what does that mean? I have to change. Yeah, the responsibility is on us to heal, to grow. So, not about the hunger, about your growth and realization. Yeah. Okay, so now the cost for holding on to the narcissist, okay, there is something going on here with you if you continue to hold on to the narcissist. There is a real medical condition, and I've done videos on this, called broken heart syndrome. It's a stress-induced heart condition that mimics a heart attack. The body physically suffers from emotional devastation, and the longer we hold on to pain, the longer we hold on to confusion and the false hope and the frustration and the anger that, maybe they could get better and they ruined our lives, and maybe we could change the narcissist, and maybe we could do better in the relationship. We just need another chance. The longer we hang on to this, the more damage we do to our own hearts, literally. But here's the truth. You don't need to own the feelings, as they were never yours to carry. The grief, the guilt, the shame, the longing, those are the chains that keep you tied to someone who never intended to truly see you, because they can't. The intent isn't even there. Excuse me. The intent is to get into a relationship to take you down. They don't want you getting into another relationship. Oh, heck no. See, in a healthy breakup, when that happens, yes, we're sad, but we reflect and we think, okay, well, what did this person teach me? Okay, well, they taught me to be better in this area. And, I really appreciate the love that they gave me, because they helped me to become a better person, and I see life through their lens. And, they always had this knack of making life seem so much more beautiful and flowery, and, and I like their perspective. So I'm going to take that with me on the next relationship that I have. Narcissist, there's no such thing as another relationship. The narcissist owns you, and they want to take you down, and they want to keep you on a level where when they come back, you're so in need of them that they can manipulate you further and use them or use you for their gain. Like, you'll be so happy that they came back that you're willing to do anything and everything. That's ultimately their goal. But when you don't, Like, because there's no respect. Every time you take a narcissist back, they disrespect you more and more and more. They never respected you in the first place. You're not in this world to fix a narcissist. You're in this world to live life to the fullest by experiencing good things and bad, so you can make your free will choice to choose how you want to live. If you want to live in bad, you're allowed to. Go ahead, do bad things. Go ahead, power to you. But if you want to live in righteousness, then power to you. You're allowed. Go ahead. This life gives us the freedom of choice to live how we want. But know this, either way you choose, you're still under God's will. God's going to use you. If you choose to do bad things, God's going to use you. And if you choose to follow God, well, he's going to use you too. Just he uses good differently than he does bad. The narcissist is being used. The narcissist is under God's will. The narcissist is being used to teach us and train us and help us discover ourselves while being tested, because the narcissist spiritually probably hopes we curse God to his face. So let's take back your power. You are not here to fix the narcissist, okay? You are here to heal yourself, love yourself, and reclaim your self-worth. And the best way to break free is to redirect your focus. Instead of asking, why did they do this to me? Ask, how can I grow from this? Instead of replaying their words in your mind, start speaking your own truth. Instead of seeking closure from them, create closure for yourself by accepting the reality of who they are. Healing begins when you stop fighting against reality and start embracing the truth. They will not change, but you can. And when you do, you will realize that the love that you were shown from them was fake. And the love that you were searching for, needing, that you thought you were getting from them, was always meant to be found within yourself. So, hey Saria, nice to see you. Welcome, come on in. Juliet says, I couldn't have imagined that someone like this could actually exist. Yeah. Sophia, sleeping with their little valuable possessions. Yeah. Narcs are like the cartoon Tasmanian devil, right? And it's funny because my ex, my daughter's dad, when she was little, that's what we used to buy him all the time. We bought him Tasmanian devil carpets, you know, those plastic runners for his truck. We bought him a Tasmanian devil, and then we bought him a Tasmanian devil mug, and, you know, just some things for his truck. And I thought, you know, it was just and I didn't realize, but yeah, they are the Tasmanian devil. Holy frick. Yeah. They're awful. So, you know, healing begins with you. So stop fighting against reality and just embrace the truth. The narcissist will not change, but you can. And if this message resonates with you, you know, comment down below, I can change, I will change, I want to change. Promise yourself that you will change. Because you're not alone. This channel is here for you. And healing from narcissistic abuse is a journey, but it is one that leads to incredible strength. It leads to your self-awareness and peace. You deserve love that is real. Oh yeah, you do. And it's coming. You deserve kindness that is consistent. And you deserve to live in freedom from the emotional chaos that narcissists bring. So, Looney Tune freaks. Yep. That's all, folks. So thank you for joining me in this discussion tonight. If this helped you, please share your thoughts and let's continue to support each other in our healing. If you like this video, well, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel if you haven't done so already. And I'd like to invite you to join me tomorrow at 1:00 p.m. in the afternoon for a fresh new live video as we come to your house, from my house to yours. We're here meeting together twice a day, 1:00 in the afternoon, 10:00 in the evening. And these videos are always fresh and new, so I just want to say thank you so much for listening. Thank you for supporting. If you guys want to support this channel, because I'm here all day, well, twice a day, but I'm doing this all day, researching, writing, and learning and growing along with you. And to keep me here, your donations are muchly needed, but also they are so welcome. So thank you very much for your support. You know, I wouldn't be here without your support, so thank you so very much. And you guys support me in so many ways, and so it's an honor to support you in the ways that I can by sharing the information that I have to share with you. So I hope to see you again tomorrow, and have a good night. Thank you everyone for joining. Sleep well, and we'll see you tomorrow. And oh, hi Jeanette. And you know, I will do my best to see your comments and read the chat when it's available. Thank you guys. Thank you. So good night, everyone. Sweet dreams, and see you tomorrow. Thanks for listening. Good night. Bye-bye.